Hey, so this is just a quick video log of my latest oil pastel work here, yet to be titled. Okay, so I'm starting off my new, or my latest oil pastel work here. A little different from my usual startup. In this case, I'm going to be using a black paper to start with. It's a sanded paper still, and I believe it's UArt is the company it comes from, but this I pulled this from a drawer of all the specialty artist papers in the Blick art supply store. I've trimmed it down actually a little bit. I have a frame already set up for this one. It's a 22 by 28 frame, so it's been trimmed down to 22 by 28. But anyway, the paper is the archival quality, and I've taped it down. I actually it's such a large picture that instead of using an artboard, I'm actually just using a piece of particle board from Home Depot, because I need something a little bit bigger than the typical art board you get from art supply stores. I've moved up to using painter's tape. I had been using artist tape before to tape down the edges, and it would start to peel up after a few days. So I'm using this blue painter's tape here, and it's the wide one, just to give it a little bit more lasting power, hopefully, before it starts to come undone. Anyway, this being black paper, my usual method would be with a lighter colored paper to outline all the characters with roughly the color that it's going to be in that section. So, you know, if a person's wearing a green coat, I would draw the outline with a green colored pencil. But this being black, I wanted everything to show up, so I just did everything with a white colored pencil. So we're gonna have a tiger over here, and sitting next to a woman, and it's probably gonna, I'm thinking I'm gonna make this a white tiger. I recently did an orange tiger, and I wanted to just try something a little different. Anyway, sketched the whole thing out. Had a lot of fun sketching. Had to do a lot of erasing, so you see lots of smudges around here and stuff. But I think I got it to where I liked it. And then I guess tomorrow night, I'm gonna actually start in on the oil pastels. I think I'm gonna change up my usual method for this one. Instead of starting in the back and coming forward, I'm going to start with the main characters because they're so detailed. I want to make sure I get them right first, so in case I screw them up, I can throw it out. I didn't want to like start in the background and then get up to the foreground and screw up on these kind of complex characters, and you know, have wasted all that time. So it's going to be a little different, working kind of like main subject on back, but it should be interesting. All right, so an update on my work here. It's been a few days I've been working on this. Obviously, I've spent most of my time working on this foreground character, the woman here, who's kind of looking off this direction. So far, I'm really happy with it. She's turning out really well, probably better than any of the human characters I've done to this point with oil pastels. And you see a few things I haven't quite finished. She's going to be wearing a bracelet down here. I haven't finished that one yet. And over here, it's a little jagged looking because she's actually going to be obscured by some plants over on this side. So that's why you had this sort of stuff in here. It came through in the drawing, but it looks kind of funny now. But I'm kind of liking the way this sort of jumps out on the black sanded paper. Now, granted, when I'm finished, it won't be all black in the background like that, but it's still going to be pretty dark. Also did a little bit of the tiger here. Mostly I just wanted to get his eyes done, have him kind of looking up at her. She's sort of looking down at him, but not quite. But anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with this one. A lot of work on the drapery here. Most of it is white pastel with some gray mixed in, and I've also mixed in some green because this is going to be sort of a forest scene here in the background, so I wanted to kind of reflect or echo greenish colors. So again, whenever I'm doing white, I like to pick up the colors that are going to be in the background, and it's a little hard to see since I haven't done the background yet, but it is going to be a forest. But anyway, just for comparison, this is my latest, you know, she's my latest human character. I have my first one that I did here a few months back, and you can see, you know, just a load of difference here and just the amount of detail that I've added to this newer one. So like I said, I'm really happy with the way it's coming out. Anyhow, I'll be pretty much finished with her. Like I said, I'll finish up her bracelet here, and then I'll be working on the tiger for probably several nights. All right, time for my next update. As you can see, I spent the past couple of nights working on the tiger here. Not a whole lot to say about it. Again, it's a white animal, so the fur is picking up various colors that we're going to have in the scene around it. So bits of brown down from this direction from below, and some blues coming in from this area. There's a few subtle greens throughout. I may go back and add a few more just to kind of pick up kind of the way her dress is also picking up the green here. But otherwise, I'm liking that tiger. After this, I think I'm going to start taking on the background and sort of bringing them forward by adding some forest or jungle in the background. We'll see. Just a quick update on this work after a few more nights of working on this. I've pretty much added the whole background and have it the way I want it. It's nothing really that complex, and I've actually left things kind of blurry because I want the focus to be on the main characters up here. But I did have kind of like a deep field of view here, and I just decided to add this kind of purplish color here just to kind of make things a little interesting in the background. But otherwise, most of this is just dark color mixture of a dark brown and a dark green to kind of make this darkish color. So it's not entirely black, but there is a little bit of black oil pastel in here, but that's really just for the really deep parts. However, most of it's kind of pretty impressionistic. Lots of, if I get close here, just like little dots of just color just to give an indication of leaves and whatnot back here. The leaves getting a little closer, a bit more detailed, as you can see here. A little bit of color pencil work in this, but still mostly just oil pastel and a very pointy, what do you call this, a smudge stick. Yeah. Maybe a couple more nights and I'll have this done. Gonna have some water up here though, so reflections can be a little tricky at times. We'll see. Anyhow, that's the update. All right, so I've pretty much finished this one up. Since my last update, I've added some rocks in the foreground that my characters are sitting on with some greenery interspersed around them, just kind of break it up a little bit. I'm also really happy with the water. This is a lot better than I think than my last attempt at water, which you can see here in this panda image that I did a little while ago. Here it's just kind of blue with a little bit of reflection in the rock, but I really like the way the tiger's paw reflects here, and the water's a little bit darker, so I'm kind of happy with this one. I'm going to give this one about 4 weeks to set, and then I'll hit it with some of the fixative for oil pastels that Sennelier puts out. And then I actually have a frame waiting for this one, so hopefully I'll have this one up and available on my website at the beginning of August 2023. So thanks everyone.